I'm back. My name is Deanna, and I'm streaming out of Humboldt County for Humboldt County about Humboldt County. I have a little intro video I want to play for you guys. It's about a place here that I want to share about. I talked about it earlier. There's a couple, they're living legends, and the place I want to share about today is called the BlueOx Millworks. And I'm just going to let this guy who is going to share about, there's a couple things that they do that's amazing. So today I want to share with you a lot of things about them, about 3 things about them, but I couldn't possibly share everything about them. But I'm going to share this little intro video to give you an idea of who they are and what they're about.
My name is Michael Fields. I'm the producing artistic director of Del Arte International.
Oops.
And in 2019, along with Roman Sanchez, I had the honor and pleasure of directing the premiere production of Radio Man, which you are about to see. Radio Man was written by Jim McManus, partially based on a series of poems by Eric Hollenbeck about his time as a combat soldier in Vietnam in 1978. Eric and his family are also the creators of a magical place called BliueOxMillworks and BlueOx Village. Over the past 46 years, with crazy courage, a deep passion, and a hefty amount of plain old stubbornness, they have created a nationally recognized architectural millworks shop, an internationally known living history tourist attraction, and a school of the traditional trades. And it's all done with antique machinery. In 1998, Eric and his wife Viviana, both survivors of childhood trauma, chose to give back to their community by forming a high school program for at-risk teens. This highly successful program, with hundreds of students claiming that BlueOx changed their lives, emboldened the Hollenbecks and redefined their concept of the impossible. So in 2012, in the height of Eric's personal Vietnam PTSD journey, the Hollenbecks decided to establish a veterans program to reach out and help other veterans. No one was able to figure out how to do it until, in 2014, BlueOx was asked to do the impossible. From the only known photograph and only one known measurement, they were asked to build an exact full-size replica of the hearse that carried Abraham Lincoln to his final resting place in Springfield, Illinois in 1865. This impossible challenge sparked the excitement of a team of PTSD combat veterans that over the course of a year successfully created the Lincoln hearse replica. As part of a team of veterans from other parts of the country, we were all invited back to Springfield to be honored during the 3-day commemorative ceremonies on the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's funeral. This project altered the lives of these veterans, transforming them from struggling individuals into a cohesive team that got the job done. The play you are about to see honors that endeavor, the power of hands-on healing, and the magnificence of the human spirit that conquers adversity and rises to meet the challenge.
Hi, I'm Viviana Hollenbeck. Thanks so much for joining us. The creation of Radio Man took a tremendous amount of courage and love. Each of us, Eric and I, our family, Jim McManus, the playwright, the veterans he interviewed, the veterans that were part of the hearse build team, and of course, the fabulous folks at Del Arte. We all had to go down the rabbit hole, as Eric says. But the healing that we experienced, we would like to carry forward to all of you and your loved ones.
The play that you're about to see is real. It's Hemingway real. These are stories from real men and real women about real events. The language is rough, but it was rough times, and that's real too. I would like to start this play by reading the last stanza of my book of poems. And as for the justness of any war, let us never forget. War is as far from godliness as we as humans can get. Thus pick this option carefully with the weight of a heavy heart, for sanity is the casualty the minute war does start. And now, Radio Man the play.
Okay, so I'm not going to play this for you, but I'll drop this link. Oh, darn it. I'm not even a mod on my own channel, you guys. Uh-oh, that's going to be a problem. That is going to be a problem. Hi, Lisa. How are you? Good morning. Good afternoon. I sound like the Truman Show. Good morning, good evening, and good night. Or what did he used to say? He didn't say good afternoon, did he? Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, or good evening. Anyway, I wanted to share about this guy. You're hanging out under a trailer again? Okay, well, hopefully I can be entertaining enough for you. I'm going to share about a really cool place that's here in Humboldt County that's very near and dear to my heart. This is more of like a personal story day stream today. Hi, we the people. How are you? Because I saw that little intro yesterday and it made me really want to share about this place because it intertwines with my California dream story. So this might not be all of it, and I didn't get to really study and like write out everything I'd like to, but this is basically my Cinderella story in bullet points. I have a California Cinderella story, and after I share this with you, you're going to believe it's true too. So I'm going to get back to the BlueOx people because I'm going to go a little bit backwards and then I'm going to tie them back in. But basically wanted to share with you how a couple things that are going on in Humboldt County first. Get all that stuff out of the way because I do have some people following in Humboldt, and I should probably drop this link in the stream in the Facebook group because I don't think oh yeah, Facebook is streaming again. Okay, good. But this doesn't share in their group. So anyway, yesterday there was a big rally at the Eureka City Council. I couldn't go. I had a family emergency at the last minute, and I felt really bad. That I'm doing okay. How are you doing? How are you all doing? Everyone good? No tragedies, no emergencies, right? We all doing okay? My son's doing better today. My husband said, my daughter sent me a picture of all the guys hanging around the new van that we have. We have a new transit van, and it's a carpet machine van. And my daughter sent me this picture. I'm going to show it to you. She goes, look at these men standing around the van. And it's all these, my son is in there. He's the one in the pants. You can't see his face or anything, but my husband's right next to him, and then there's our bookkeeper right there, and then another one of our guys, and it's ooh and ah over the transit van. It's a really, Travis, you'd appreciate this machine. I wonder if you've ever heard of a Hydromaster. Did you know that the Hydromaster is the mightiest machine of all carpet machines? I'll bet you did know that. We have a mechanic guy that works for us, and he does hood cleaning at night too, and he does all this mechanical stuff. And it's cool because all the mechanical guys get around each other and they start talking mechanics, and that's fun. I know Brenda, my friend up there in Canada, she's kind of a mechanic too. And my best friend Shay actually helped me change some brakes on an old Volvo. I had a 78 Volvo wagon for a little while, but I had an infant child and it wasn't good. It was always in the shop. It wasn't good for Fickle Hill, that Volvo car. But anyway, yesterday's rally had about, I hear there was 18, 19 people, which is great because yesterday, right before it began at 6 o'clock, about 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, it started to be very rainy and cold. And I had to not be able to go at the last minute because I had some family drama going on and I couldn't leave. My husband was sick and, I was going to go. In fact, I told him, well, I'm leaving in an hour, and I was going to leave. And I could tell he was not easy about it either. And I don't usually babysit my family anymore. They're all grown adults. But when there are things going on like that, you have to listen to your instincts. It's your family first, always, right? But I wanted to be with everybody out there, letting them all know. So 17, 18 people for a cold, rainy day in Humboldt County when, they know they're not going to get any media. They know they're not going to get, but maybe somebody came out. I don't know. Typically, Also this evening at Pachanga Restaurant in Eureka, there's a Health and Freedom Group is meeting, and that's at 6:00. So let's see. I got one more Humboldt thing here. Oh yeah. Let me put this in here real quick. Streaming now on this channel, because I'll bet they don't even know about this Humboldt Truth Teller channel in that stand-up group. Let's see. But yeah, okay, good. That's done. You haven't heard of the Hydra Master? What? I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Well, it's not in a semi or anything. It's a motor for a carpet cleaner. Have you heard 92 congressmen signed a document calling for a forensic audit? No. Is that true? That would be amazing. Shane. Hi, Shane. How are you? If I'm on later, you're around, my Aussie friend, huh? Good. Right on. You have heard of that? Was that recently today, Lisa? I'll drop the link. I'm just going to share about this little place, but if anyone wants to call in, you guys are welcome to call in. I'm just going to ramble on about this little place. One more Humboldt thing, two more Humboldt things. Three more Humboldt things. Sorry, I have quite the list here. I forgot. A friend of mine just won yesterday. That's good news. A friend of mine just won being the pinup girl for, oh my gosh, what is it? It's like, car calendars and stuff, right? And she is a really cool lady, and I want to share about her. She's also a fire dancer, you guys, in Humboldt County. She's a freedom fighter. She is an amazing person. I really love her, and I'm super excited for her that you guys are going to like her. Definitely my men friend are going to like my friend Jill Bella here. Travis is probably going to want to get out from that truck to see my friend, but you'll text me the link. Okay, good. There it is. And there it is. Okay. I need to give you my email because that'd be easier, because I'll look at it later, but I could share it. I got to email it to myself first, though. And I got to load the preview. But let me share my friend Bella with you guys first while I do that, okay? Let's see, Bella. I met her daughter and my daughter are very good friends. Her daughter moved to Colorado, and that's one of the places my daughter went to this year. Bella also went to Colorado recently, just came back, and this is her pinup. Let's see. Let's look at what her thing is. She's an alchemist and keeper of the flame. She works at fire walking instructor. Let me make sure I am sharing, right? Yep. She's a fire walking instructor. Boss Babe of Bella Fire Dance at Boss Babe of Bella Fire Dance. So I want to share her win here. I guess she entered a contest, and my touch screen is acting weird now. Where is it here? There she is. Italian Retro Sass. She is beyond thrilled to be the pinup girl in the NorCal Pinup and Cars event this October in Petaluma. Pinup style. So there she is. There's Bella. I want to say she won another one. Seems like that might have been her second one. But yeah, she's doing workshops. She does fire dancing, belly dancing. She's really cool. So I was really proud of her, and I wanted to share that about her, because Humboldt is really cool, and there's a lot of cool people here. And the other place I'm going to be sharing with you is the BlueOxMillworks. That video I started off with was showing these friends of mine that they've been to my house, and I worked for them a little bit at their place here. And I have some pictures that if I have time, I'll share with you. It was a cold, little crispy fall time that I worked out here, but I want to show you about this guy. Let me I can't drop links in here. That's so lame. I guess I can drop it. Can you copy and paste if it's not highlighted? I don't know. That's so lame. I don't even know. You're on it. You're out the truck. Yep, she's single, you guys. She's single, and she must be a little younger than me. She's a lot of fun. She's a lot of fun. She's a really cool person, and I love her a lot. So yeah, here's the BlueOx Millworks. Now here's the thing about Eric, you guys. So this is a really special place. You see that Carson Mansion there? Eric has been flown all over the world as a master woodworker carpenter. He's been flown to Scotland and I think even Australia, Shane, and just lots of different places he's worked on a lot of fancy things. Let's see, 48 years of custom quality work. Oh, they're on the Magnolia Network. That's right. I saw that they were going to be featured. This is so neat. They're getting really they're finally getting more well known, and that's so cool because when I was hanging out there in that fall where I was doing the woodworking classes with the high school kids, or they were junior high kids actually. It was just 3 boys, but it was fun. We were talking about how it would be so cool to have these guys on, like, talk about a reality show. Just having cameras set up in his little wood shop would have been amazing. The first time I walked up into this place, Eric was doing these right here. He was, I think the word would be honing, Hewn. He was milling an entire redwood log in one straight shot and making these redwood gutters. And these are some of the things that people wanted. You know, he'd fly around to do special decorative things, but he's done work on fancy architectural buildings. I mean, this is the guy right here that would be there. So I'm trying to talk my husband. There's a nice picture of him and these gutters. Look at those gutters, you guys. That's some redwood for you. So, and the thing is with this place, this is not just a place with woodwork. If you go to the BlueOx here, they have a pottery. They have a couple kilns. They have pottery. You're only kidding unless she likes antiques. Well, she likes good people and she'd love a good man, and you're not an antique. So we just woke up cracking you up. So anyway, they also have pottery. They have a blacksmith shop. Let me see if I can show that off. I know I have in my pictures, I have pictures of the blacksmith shop. Project gallery. Let's see, media archive. So I want to show you how far back this guy goes. He was on magazines way back in, what's the oldest one I can find? 1990. Okay, that's when I moved to California. And the reason I'm so passionate about sharing this with you guys is I met these people back in the day when my husband was caretaking a place, and they came to look at the work. He came there with his wife to look at the special woodwork in this house, and I'll talk about that later. But I read this, and what it is he has saved all the tools. He's got in his shop, he's got treadle powered scroll saws and pedal powered scroll saws and pedal powered table saws. He's got the old machinery that you can run without electricity, and he can still make anything with them. He's got the largest scroll saw. It's from Cincinnati, Ohio, where all the good heavy duty, cast iron band saws and all that good equipment. It was a 3 feet wide mouth on that scroll saw. But he can duplicate anything, and he can reproduce anything. I guess he began his career in wood when he was 14, chopping brush for surveyors. By 24, he was running his own survey jobs. The thing is about him, with the beginning of this thing I was sharing with you, he got thrown into Vietnam when he was 18 years old. And hi, Ted Ridvenner. And the play is about a mix of this place here, what they did with the Lincoln hearse, and his experience in Vietnam as an 18-year-old, getting transported from Humboldt County and dropped into Vietnam. And the play is intense and it's good. And he has a heart for veterans because of that. So this media about him is extensive. He's been in a ton of magazines, all these woodworking magazines. And the reason I'm so passionate about it is because when I met him in the 90s, I never went to this place until like 2019 or 18. I'm going to have to look in my photos because I want to look up about when I worked there in the fall and show you some stuff. But I cried all the way home like a big baby. I guess I'm a big baby. I'm always crying, right? I cried because I knew about this place. I met these people 25 years prior and never went to the place. And moldings, that's what they came to look at in the Victorian that my husband was a caretaker for. And we lived there for 3 years. And like I said, these people came there. They don't have anything on here about their other things. Their pottery and blacksmith. I can't find that on here. They have a little store that they'd have some things in there, but darn, they don't. I'd have to look in my photos to show off all their stuff. Oh, the other thing they have is a lapidary. So for stone cutting, they have a whole nother little building. What it is it's an old mill. They bought an old mill, and a lot of the. Oh, here's some of the places he's been to. So let's see. Wheeler Mansion in Chicago, Illinois. The Governor's Mansion in Sacramento, California. So that place was built in 1877, and they had him go down there and do some work out there. So let's see. But I've seen him go. I know he's gone abroad too. Redding, California. He worked in a church there, Russian Orthodox Cathedral in Alaska. Another mansion in Sacramento, Boston. Okay, Kauai. That must have been a fun trip. Calistoga, Alaska again. Oh, Skagway. Oh, fun. I've walked all around there. I wish I knew that. He worked at the Yurok, Napa, Big Island. Oh, the Volcanoes National Park in Hawaii. I've been there. And so I didn't know when I was there, though, that the gutters that were on there were from him. So, of course, he worked at a lot of the prominent places here right in Eureka. Hopland, Trinidad. I was looking for his abroad trips, but I'm not seeing them. So anyway, you guys, this was a fun place to work at. Oh, look, you want to see some Humboldt news here? Let me show you some Humboldt news that just popped up in my screen. Oh, we've hit a milestone, you guys. Let me make sure I'm sharing. Am I sharing? I better be. Where's my thing? Where's my stream page? There it is. Yep, we hit a milestone. Just so you know. Couldn't imagine painting that house. Yeah. So here's Humboldt County news for you. Latest headlines. Oh, this is the Times Standard. I got an old screenshot of the Times Standard back last April. They said, this was their headline last April. Humboldt County could see 40 deaths by July. Do you know that it took a year before we saw 40 deaths? And they're counting all the people that are in the convalescent hospitals and on hospice. And, I mean, come on. So we've hit 100 deaths here, and we have 35 new cases here. Oh, my goodness. Can you believe it? So they say they've administered 155,000 doses of this thing. They're working on the mentally disabled right now, you guys. They're going out in the rural communities. So J&J's seeking authorization for emergency use booster shots. You understand? This is all still emergency use. There was authorization, then there was approval, but all still under emergency use. So, no cost testing. Yeah, everything's free, you guys, for your health, free testing, free shots. It's all free because they really, really care about you. They really love you. right? I can't even look at this stuff. It gets me so mad. We got to get our own media up here faster and faster, and they're being too secretive about it. About what? Thank you for your goodies. Oh, right on. Oh, honey. Yeah, doTERRA's good stuff. I know. I'm so glad. I asked Sarah Chance, my friend, to please do a little video. She's going to do, nothing is free. You know what the most expensive horse you'll ever get in your life is? A free one. They're just like figured out, there was a good Facebook post today I want to share about the lion, and it was showing how, you've got this free lion, and you've got, some of you've probably seen it. Oh, where is it? It's gone. I know it was here. And, the lions that's at the zoo has all its needs met, but it's behind a stupid cage. And the lion that's free, it's all their responsibility. Everything falls on them, right? I don't know where it is. Maybe they took it down on me. Okay, so dinner at Pachanga's at 6:00 if you want to meet some health and freedom people. And let's see, what else? Let me drop the link. You guys can call in because I'm just talking about this place. And woodworking is cool. I love woodworking, Shane. We expanded our wood shop last fall or this spring. I can't remember. I think it was last fall. And I have hardly got to work in it yet. I want to work in it. I love doing woodworking. I'll tell you, I'll get back to this story about the BlueOx people. I think those are all my announcements for Humboldt County, you guys. The dinner at Pachanga. Oh, no, one more really, really important announcement. I'm so sorry. October 17th, if you want to change your status and be able to be part of the grand jury and actually get involved in the only course of action that we have in Humboldt County against the corporation as we the people, then you need to go down to get a hold of me, do email standuphumboldt.com info, and I'll let you know. But it's going to be in Fortuna, and those people meet every month. They create a lot of legislation. Chicago is pissed at Obast for doing the groundbreaking of his library. Oh, bummer. Yeah. All right, let's see. Victorian, yes. So begins my Cinderella story. I'm going to share my little Cinderella story. That was amazing, actually. I wish I had my pictures of my husband back in this day. I'm going to find some of him. I know they're in this old reel, and there's somewhere, I might even be able to find it on Facebook because I have shared it of him. But back when he moved to California, he worked for an organization, and they still are a very big organization here called the California Conservation Corps, CCC. And when he was in the CCC, he was looking in the paper to try to find a place for us to live. There's a great old picture of us in Eugene, Oregon at an old show. Well, that's an oldie. So anyway, he was looking in the paper. He's trying to find a place for us to live. And a friend of his that also worked in the CCC said, "Oh, are you looking for a place to live?" And my husband's like, "Yeah, my girlfriend's coming out and we're going to live together and blah, blah, blah." So his friend, his name was Chuck Fossen, said, "Well, listen, I caretake this house and it's my sister's house and I want to get out of here. I want to get out of Humboldt." His girlfriend had broke up with him. He wanted to get out of Humboldt County. And so he asked my husband if he would watch it for a weekend. So my husband got this opportunity to watch this house for the weekend. And so, of course, you know what he did? He mowed the lawn and he just worked his butt off on it and made it look really good. He probably cleaned it, probably washed the windows. He just did all kinds of stuff, And so when the guy came back, he was amazingly surprised and pleased that my husband had did all those things, and he talked to his sister about it, and he told his sister about him, and he told my husband, hey, maybe you could do this caretaking thing here in this amazing house, you guys. I'm going to show you pictures of it. I went by it a couple weeks ago, and I took video of it in the backyard because backyard door was open. And so I like snuck in and I took a video of it, and I want to share that with you. So anyway, so my husband got this gig at this house. Well, first thing he had to do was he went down and he met with his sister who owned it. And I rode with him. It was right after he picked me up in Sacramento. I got off the California Zephyr train ride. And then I stayed in the car, but he went in to meet the owner. They lived on the top of a mountain in Santa Rosa with panoramic views all around. And he went in and he came out, and I'm pretty sure he had the keys and stuff. I'm like, well, how'd it go? And he's like, great. He's like, she didn't even ask me my social security number or anything. And it's true. She didn't. And we lived in that house for 3 years. We never paid rent. When I moved out to California, 3 weeks later, what happened was the Heritage Society was doing a tour of a lot of the homes in Eureka. And so they set up they had this house on it was on the Registry of Historical Houses. I'm trying to find pictures of it, but that's why this might be a part 1 because I can't find anything. And anyway, it was this crazy, beautiful house. Big Mike's husband. Yeah. It was this crazy, beautiful. I do have a picture of it here, but it's hard to share on these. This is my friend. No, that's not a good one. It doesn't show the whole house, but I want to show you. If you know Eureka at all, and you know the Carson Mansion, this is like a miniature Carson Mansion, this house. Because the guy that worked on the Carson Mansion, this was well, there was many men that were, and women probably, right, that worked on the Carson Mansion. But this was this guy's house, Henry Cottrell. So this is the house that we were caretakers of. But we lived in the back house. There was a little carriage house in the back of it, and that's where we stayed. But these people were very wealthy, and they had what all we ever did was their friends would travel from. Well, they lived in Santa Rosa, so they could stay at their guest house there. Their friends that lived wherever they lived, they would travel up and down California, and they would go skiing in Ashland. And so they would stop in Eureka, and they would stay at the Victorian, and then they would leave. They'd stay there one night. They would leave, and we would go in and change the bedding. And that was pretty much the gig for living. That was my introduction to California. Not only that, but here I am, this South Side Chicago girl with super messed up teeth, no good clothes. Like, my husband and I came here he had, I think, $800, and he drove a 78 Cougar, gold color. He was pimping in that car, right? Him and his cat, they drove across the country, him and his orange tabby cat, Freddie. And I came out here with $200 on an Amtrak train and 4 boxes. He had a lot more stuff. He had gutted a pop-up tent trailer, and he had filled it with all his stereo equipment because 20-year-old dude wasn't going anywhere without his records and stereo and stuff. So I'm trying to find this cool picture. So this was the mother-in-law, this lady Jane. She was the one that would come up all the time. See that carriage? They brought this carriage up. They had a carriage in front of the house, and they had they didn't bring a horse, just the carriage. But they had a carriage, and then they had a violin player and a harp player. And I always wondered if it was my friend's ex-wife, Joan, because she plays the violin, and she was really good. And I mean, who knows, such a weird thing. But so I made my husband get in the carriage, and he looked super dorky, and he looked super mad. Look at his face. He's like, I hate this. You're taking a picture of me in this carriage, but I'll show you. I am in the. This was me when I was 18. You guys want to see? There I was by Miss Fountain, Miss Little Mermaid. I never smiled because my teeth were always crooked, and but I'm trying to find when I was in that carriage because it's part of my Cinderella story. I was in the carriage. My husband's going to be mad I showed him in the stupid carriage. He's going to be like, I cannot believe you shared me sitting in that carriage. He knew it was going to haunt him. He knew it was going to haunt him. Yeah, these people had a lot of money. And there's more to the story. You see this creepy guy, Seth Kinman? A lot of my friends remember this. They'll remember this stained glass. Yeah, this is a gigantic stain. This is larger than life stained glass, okay? This guy here, I've shared about Seth Kinman before, but this took up the whole front window of the Victorian. See that bottom window there? This stained glass was in that entire bottom window, and these creepy eyes followed you all over the house. And I eventually, when I got my grandma's, this is my husband's mom right there, and his grandma right there. And eventually, when I got my grandma's baby grand piano, I set it right in front of that stained glass. But I was always very creepy playing it at night in that house. And I know, I don't want to swear. You're not supposed to swear, okay? But I was pretty sure I saw a ghost when I was playing the piano one time. And also across the way, I was pretty sure I saw a ghost at this organ when I was at the neighbor's house. But think what you want. It's an old house, okay? It was built in 1899 or 98 or something like that. And right now it has a plaque in front of it. When you go in Eureka, you drive in Eureka. Hi, Ms. Blue Moon. When you drive there, it's on 12th and C. It was 1228 C Street. And I just had that little silly picture of me in the carriage out in the carriage. It's so funny, but that's why it's a Cinderella story. And look, these people came, you guys, and they dressed up like this. They dressed up like it was 1890 because that's what the historical societies do. Is they love to refurbish the buildings and make sure they're kept up with their original this and that and stuff like that. And so they were all tromping around the house, the guys in their top coats and their big hats like this, doing a tour. And they had to pay $15 to walk through the houses. It was a big tour. It wasn't just that house. They paid money to walk through all the houses. And, they do the tours. So yeah, here I am in this carriage. This is my Cinderella story, you guys. I'm sitting in the carriage house because I had just moved to California for 3 weeks. I could not even believe what was happening. My husband's like, yeah, we're going to be caretakers for this mansion. And I was like, mansion, really? And then this was the back house. This is some of our friends. My husband's up here at the top. Then he's wearing a Mardi Gras shirt up there because he went to Mardi Gras. And this is his brother, Matt. And this is our old friend, Mike Kuhn. But this was the back house. And it was back in those days. I don't have a picture of it. In the video I do. But back in those days, you'd had the main house of a Victorian often had a barn house behind it. It was the carriage house. That's where they would put the horses and the stables. And in fact, the BlueOxMillworks has a carriage house. And Eureka's local horse and carriage that's in Old Town in the gazebo, sometimes you might see it walking that way towards Target because that's where the BlueOx is, and they park the horse and the carriage there. That guy that does the horse rides and stuff around there. So yeah, that was my introduction to California. We lived there for 3 years. We worked for a guy named Nick at night. He was a janitorial tycoon. He had a bunch of cleaning contracts with lawyers and insurance company, just commercial contracts. And so, hi, Crystal. And so we would go cleaning at night. We'd do a couple hours until we got a year under our belt of being at the in California so we could get our Pell Grants and stuff. California back then, this is the thing. This is part of why I'm sharing the story is because in 1990, a girl like me and a boy like my husband could come to California and get a gig like that because there's so much money here. In 3 years, we didn't pay rent and we lived in this house. And it was, not everybody had that story, but a lot of people I've known have had caretaker gigs out here. They've sat on farms or somebody had a second home. And when Airbnb came out, there's a lot of people that just buy up they buy up all the extra houses and now they just rent them out daily like that. And, a lot of people can't even really find permanent housing, I met the owners one time. They came up and she had told me that Sam would never sell this place. The people that own this house, I can tell you a little bit about them. If you've ever heard of Dakin Toys, and perhaps you even if you have an old stuffed animal, hi, Jersey girl. Where's your little girls with her? Oh, I'm in Restream. Maybe it doesn't show up. I notice you always put your little dancing ladies on when you come in. I like those dancing ladies. I like to see you around. Darn it. What was I saying? Yeah. When you could come into California in 1990, everybody I knew had a good gig. Rent was like, first you need to ask me, I don't accuse me. So for your info, I have not got anyone blocked. Okay. I didn't think you did, sweetheart. I don't know. Are people getting blocked here and there? Yeah, I think there is a problem with that. First you need to ask me, I? Don't accuse me. So are you getting persecuted when you go here and there? Is Tina here? Hi, Tina. So my husband and I, but I'll tell you this, we were back in those days with that Victorian. If any of my friends know me that knew us back in those days, they're probably shocked we're married and still married now 26 years, because back then we fought like crazy. And we broke up a million times. And I moved out of this house so many times I couldn't even tell you, because I don't put up with no junk. And when my husband was being disrespectful, I left. He wasn't my husband then. We were boyfriend and girlfriend. And we were not in the Lord. We were not seeking the Lord in any way. We were doing sex, drugs, and rock and roll. We were following the Grateful Dead around for I don't even know how many years. So, there was a lot of good times, but there was a lot of pain too. And a lot of people got hurt in those days. And so I don't want to leave that out. It was a great opportunity. It was an incredible gig. I know him and I wish we would have saved up money better back then. We don't even save super great now. We're not great savers. We're getting better. We're trying. Save your fives. There's a good tip for you. Save your fives. My friend Lana in Reading taught me that. And I think her mother taught her that. And you save your fives for whatever you're trying to save. But she told me she saved hers for vacation spending money. And so, if you think about it, you just get a little envelope and you put whatever drum set or whatever it is you're really wanting money for, because you're less likely to go in that envelope and take those fives out. And fives are kind of nice because they're a little more than a 1, a little less than a 10, so it doesn't hurt so much. And we should get back to it. I don't do it anymore, but I was doing it for a while when we were doing the Dave Ramsey snowball thing. I've done a couple of those Dave Ramsey get out of debt, total money makeover. Those are very good, The other thing about that Seth Kinman stained glass I wanted to share with you guys. Excuse me. There's a piece of Humboldt County history that some people may be familiar with. I was told that Seth Kinman, that the stained glass went to the Clark Museum, and he was a Native American killer, and he was a I think. I'm pretty sure he was. I mean, he was an early frontiersman, right? But he worked for Grant, President Grant. And if you go to, let me show you about this guy. Let me show you how creepy this guy was. You wish you listened to your dad. He always told you to take $20 a week out of your pay, put it in savings, and not mess with it. You'd be sitting on a pretty good amount of money. Oh, yeah, we taught our kids that with the Dave Ramsey. He's got an excellent program for, well, his daughter, Rachel, helps a lot of college students learn how to get scholarships and also how to stay out of debt, how to go through college and stay out of debt. It is not a privilege. A lot of people have had to pay for their college education. And it's like the same with healthcare. I understand if the nation, I don't want to get into all that. Things cost money though, and you're going to get what you pay for. So if you think everything should be free, you should go look at what some countries are like that have free everything. And then we could talk about that, but I'm not going to go into that right now. She can't see anything you post, Miss Blue Moon. She messaged me. Oh, who? Who is blocked? Jersey girl. Oh, shit. Why do you always have Patsy blocked? Ms. Blue Moon. You know what, honey? You got to give the benefit of the doubt, okay? Let's just do that. We got to give the benefit of the doubt. I love our little family so much. And I know yesterday I said, everyone ain't family, only Christians I know are family. And I didn't mean it like that. And no one called me on it, but I was thinking about it last night. I'm like, gosh, that might have sounded cruddy. And I didn't mean like, oh, if you're not a Christian, you're not family. Family to me is right now, if you love your freedom and you value medical sovereignty, you're my family. Okay. So it's not just about the Christian thing. But I do know that if I'm with a fellow believer and I can pray with that believer, we are in the family. We're in the Christian family together. There's a couple different families, but I just wanted to clarify that because I thought about it later and I was like, that probably sounded yucky. And that's why so many people get annoyed with Christians and so many non-Christians get annoyed, or Christians get annoyed with secular people. I mean, we got all these triggers and thoughts and weird things we say sometimes that they probably don't sound right. They're certainly not our heart. We all know, if you know Ms. Blue Moon at all, you know that person's heart is loving and kind, and they want to make people feel welcome, and they certainly wouldn't block anybody. I'm pretty sure Ms. Bloom's like me. We're not into blocking people, and we're not into reporting channels, and we're just not into doing that kind of stuff. So I don't know why she can't see anything she posts. She messaged her Patsy. Yep, she's not gotten anyone blocked. Well, she can't see you. There's a lot, let's face it, there's a lot of censoring, there's a lot of monkey wrenching, there's a lot of things that go on with it's in Will's chat. No, they like Ms. Blue Moon in Will's chat. Because I've been in there a couple times, even when I'm getting my butt roasted, and I laugh. And I don't take offense because I'm not a snowflake. I could take a good roasting. Some of that stuff was funny. I know this subject is off topic. Well, good. Please help me change the topic. But since you own a farm, do you know any home remedies to get rid of fleas on dogs? Yes, I would. You have to be careful with essential oils. I'll say that. I think I have a spray bottle in my pet cabinet that I bought it at the store, but it's an all natural spray thing. That's what I would used to do, is just go into the pet store and look in their section and look and see, because of course they always have their Sargents and your Schwartz and your J&J products, but there's also there's Patsy. Hi, Patsy. Well, how are you? You guys, there's so much riffraff going on, and it's really going on a lot in the families of blood families, of communities, of chat rooms, of YouTube channels. It's what happens. There's not a lot of news. Everyone is so anxious right now. And before I get off, I am going to read out of Esther. I did study a little bit last night. I opened up a couple books, different Bibles, and was reading some of the commentaries and found out some of the Persian history. I can share about the dates and about the queen, that there's no actual, I mistakenly said, you can look up about Queen Esther in historical secular history, but that's not true. I learned last night that there is another queen that secular history does talk about, and they believe that could be Esther, and her name was changed and all that. So I'll read that later. Oh, peppermint oil. Yeah. Peppermint oil. You can't see Patsy yet. I can hear her on the screen because, yeah, Patsy's in here. Let me put her thing up. Now, let me tell you, Blue Moon, I just put her name. And let me tell you something. I got nothing going on in this chat room because I'm not even logged in. I have no moderators in this channel, and I can't even drop a link because I can't sign into this channel. It's set up through Restream when I set this channel up with my friend, and I can't sign in to give anyone a wrench. I can't sign in to get a link dropped. So this kind of sucks for us all that I can't. Can you see her thing on there, Blue Moon? It says, we all like Ms. Blue Moon in Will's chat. Can you see that comment? It's right under me right now. Patsy says, yes, good vibes. She says, Ms. Blue Moon says to Patsy, I do not have you blocked. I have no reason to block anyone. If I did, I would tell you and tell you why I blocked you. Patsy, do you have me blocked? You know what I think also happens? I don't know. Guys, I don't know this stuff. Can't some moderators block other people unbeknownst to them? Or I don't suppose you can block one person from another unless it's you personally. I don't know, you guys. I don't. All I know is it's super important to give the benefit of the doubt, right? And so maybe I should get into Esther now. Let me see what else I wanted to talk about. Oh yeah, the one last thing about the stained glass, the local thing is that this was done by an older couple that lived in this house, and their name was Savoy Studios. And if you have any stained glass by them, it's probably worth a good penny because they were very well known around here. And if you are familiar with the old Lazio's restaurant, the seafood restaurant that is now the Siren Song in there, I don't know if those fixtures are still in there, but my husband and I used to clean the old Lazio's restaurant back in the day. And that's when we decided we would never clean restaurants again because it was a seafood restaurant. And we couldn't get in there till after like 11 o'clock at night. And it was 7 days a week. And it was him and I. And yeah, so very strange. We have absolutely nothing bad to say about Miss Blue Moon. Of course, Patsy. Ted Dridrunner says, I've been hearing lately that YouTube mods are blocking people on streams. Yes, I would believe that before I would believe that anybody is doing anything malicious for that. Look at how much they want us to be at war with each other. I got something that's kind of crazy to share. Someone sent me. And I told Sarah about it earlier, and it's from the DOJ, and it's about talking about how if you're a parent and you want to go, I know they talked about on Liberty yesterday, if you're a parent and you want to go stand up for your kid at the board meeting, you're a domestic terrorist. What? Are you crazy? Yeah, and they were talking about having beefed up security at the city council yesterday. Last Friday we had a lot of people that went out to the courthouse. My friend Genevieve, my nurse friend Genevieve that I often stream with you and share her information about. She told me she went to the courthouse Friday and $4,000 per kid. I just got an email from Linda. Humboldt's is 5 pages. Here we go. Charter schools, COVID relief. Let's share this little document. Find out how much California's schools, districts, and charter schools will get in COVID relief. 1.9 trillion. Oh, I can't stand up. They cannot pass that thing. You got to be kidding me, right? They can't pass that thing. What was it? $5 trillion? Are they out of their minds? Are you kidding me right now with that? Oh my gosh, I got a lot of email from Linda. I'm behind. My work is lagging. Open. I want to share this though. This is really scary. It's a very official looking document, and it's from the Department of Justice, which we all know is like the Department of Fraud right now. Let's see, where is it? Well, you guys heard about it, so you probably don't. I can't find it. I got to get all this stuff lined up. Normally, I get everything lined up first, and I get my pictures of that. I'm going to do a part 2 of this and get all those pictures lined up with the Victorian and with the BlueOxMillworks and stuff, because those photos are really cool. I was there for their Christmas, what do they call it? Craftsman Days. And they dress up and they had Santa come, and they put lights up, and they have literally, I should have got in it. I think maybe I did. No, they have one of those Cinderella carriages, I should really go get in it and get a picture of it. And anyway, that's why I started streaming, because I used to want to share a lot of good stories. I thought it'd be cool to share stories out of Humboldt. One of these days, I'm going to do a blog, or not a blog, but a stream roll of stories of getting in and out of Humboldt County, because getting in and out of the Redwood Curtain is quite a feat sometimes. And I have heard the wildest stories of, what matter of fact, my friend Joni was telling me how they had to hitch a ride with strangers one time to get back up, to get to a wedding or something. And it's the fog in San Francisco, and they'll do that stuff, On Liberty Warrior, you cannot see me in chat, although you can see me on the panel screen. Oh, weird. So yeah, see, they do stuff like that, don't they, you guys? Let's see, Miss Blue Moon. Let me see. Yeah, let's see. Thank you, Patsy. I've never said anything about anyone from Will's chat. I thought I was good with everyone from there. And you are. They adore you. They adore you over there. I think some of those people don't all hate me. I think, I've gotten caught up in some conversations I wish I didn't about those people. But I think if they saw overall when that happens to me, I am trying my best to speak positively about those people. Now, sometimes those instances happened where the people come in and they're attacking the chat on purpose. And, we all have fell for that. So I'm not anymore, because my heart is not to fight with those people. My heart is not to fight with anybody. So if this is what people are saying, Kissoff says they can't see me. Miss Blue Moon says Kissoff can't see me in Travis's chat, she said she can see me. Miss Blue Moon, do you realize what a tongue twister you've just given me? Chat yet said she can see me. That is hard. The government, long time ago. Long time ago, took our children out of our hands. Who is Will's chat? What channel? That's Cold Beer Confessional. Cold Beer Confessional, and Cold Beer Confessional Convictions now, I think it is. And it's been interesting. There's a lot of people that watch that show that watch Liberty's show. And there's just a lot of old hurts that keep coming back up, and their show was so CBC's channel was taken down, and somebody admitted in someone's chat that never been there, that they did it and stuff. So it caused a lot of drama. And you know what? No one should be reporting anybody's channel. And it's a really low blow. It's a really classless thing to do. There are people that make, like when Mariah came on and talked about it, his wife, you get to hear both sides of it. That's how it should be. This is just it's an unjust thing that's happening to a lot of people, and it could also happen. It could have also happened to them by YouTube itself too. And I'm not saying that person didn't report them, and that's not why it happened. I'm just saying that's a reality, right? I've got 2 strikes on 3 channels. So Prepping 101's gotten his channel completely, all that stuff taken away. Dreammaker, or is it Dreammaker or Dreamweaver? Dreamweaver hasn't even been on that long. And I had looked on his channel, and he had like 7, 8 channels one day, and then another day, all gone. Did someone report him and wipe it down? Who knows? People are crazy right now. Like the people in Humboldt County that have really fell for all this narrative with all this one illness, they're seriously, don't be sorry. It's okay, Ms. Blue Moon. It's okay. I can handle it. I think I will never, ever again get caught up in ever saying anything. Well, I never say never. Never say never. Can't say never. Seems so unfair. Hi, Dev Girl. Well, it is, because we all have to suffer the wrath, right? But yesterday, none of it. And I was like, I didn't know if that was because maybe that show was on and maybe they were all over there, or maybe they just, maybe because Mariah was on, they were like, look, that's enough. Let's just drop it. I doubt it entirely, because that's what he does. He likes to make fun, and Travis is okay with it. And I am okay with it. Like, me and Travis and I have never been like, yeah, those suckers, they should stop doing what they're doing, because Travis likes them. I'm pretty blue. You're blue. Love you, sis. You're pretty and blue, right? Never is a strong word. It is. We taught our kids. Well, it's green for my green eyes, Tara. Thank you. Thank you, though. Yeah, my necklace is flashy blue, right? I made this necklace on a cruise. I only brought purple and green beads with me at the time, because I used to never go anywhere without bead. Never. There's never again. I did not travel often without a bead kit, but on a cruise for 3 weeks, I wanted to have a lot of beads, but I was overwhelmed with bringing my whole collection, Tara, how are you doing, honey? I've been wondering about you, because I emailed you and I was wondering if you were enjoying this respite of your job, or if you are getting stressed at all. I feel like you're good, right? You're good. You are business manager, Miss Mama T. You see all blue and no green. Really? Oh, well, it's green. I mean, here's blue. This book is blue, isn't it? See? Blue, green. I had a little section of this. I was going to pray and read Esther today. I've noticed that as I've cleaned up my mouth and started sharing the Bible and praying, that I have some more people coming in. This spring roll came into my chat this morning or yesterday, and I don't usually see her. And I don't know if it's because of that, or if it's because I'm at these sporadic different times. Like right now it's 4:21, and I'm usually on in the morning, which is not a great time to catch most people. This is a good time, isn't it? From 2 to 5, there's not a lot of shows on. And so I know this will be, hi, Kay, how are you? Yeah. Well, I hope it's not because you're seeing blue, Tara. I hope it's not because you're seeing blue. Like that song, You See Black, I see the world. I want it painted black. Sometimes, if the Stones weren't so dark, sometimes, just to put that song on, be like, jam out some rock and roll, some Led Zeppelin. Communication breakdown. It's always the same. Oh, sorry to do that to you guys. I got a horrible voice, I know. especially with my this like raspy cough I got going. But yeah, in all these chats and all these things, it's just, hi Wayne, how are you? Wayne Stanford. Out of 330 million Americans, it only takes a few to ruin the all. Ain't that the truth? Well, it's been a long time. They've worked us over for a while, don't you think? They really have. You're loving the time off, but I was a bit prepared, so I'm doing well. Yeah, you're prepared. You're okay. I know. I feel like you're okay. I don't want you to get caught up in that catch-22 of sometimes people, they don't have a job, so they get depressed. They're depressed, so they can't get a job. I just don't want you to have that. You have been finding, love you. Aw, I love you too. Facts are good. I like the facts. I'm glad. So Tara's boss lady, I noticed you are the business manager. I love that. I love that, Tara. You're kind of scary. You got to be a little scary, right? I'm scary too. But Tara, you're not an alpha female, are you? You are, but you're like a quiet alpha female, like my friend Elaine. When I first met Elaine at our first group meeting, I'm going to drop the link, you guys. I'm done sharing and my throat's starting to hurt because I do have this terrible cough. But I'm going to drop the link if you guys want to chat. If Tara wants to call in, tell me how she's doing. That would be fun. Okay. You just found me, Tennessee girl? Hi, Tennessee girl. I'm glad you like my channel. Have you been in Humboldt County before? Sometimes I think maybe some people will find me that used to live in Humboldt County too. I love talking to people from all over and sharing about Humboldt County. It's such a special place. If you guys ever get a chance to come through, I am a great tour guide and I got some extra space. Not for you to live, but you can't live here. You could stay for a couple days. My husband's uncle taught us that saying. Who knows the saying? Guests are like what? Who can fill in the blank? I'm not going to say it. I'm going to let you say it because that's how long you could stay. I'm just kidding. I've put people up for, dang, my cousin came out here for a month and he stayed here. He's my cousin, so, but he was also building my mama a tiny house. He helped build I was going to share that with you guys. I'm going to do that part 2. I wanted to see if you guys want to talk. You got like 20, 30 minutes before Liberty, and we could all talk a little bit if you wanted to get on and have a little chat. What else did I have on here? That's it. I did all my notes. I got all these pictures. There's a crazy. Northern California is so beautiful. Tennessee as well. Let's see. You'll be out to visit someday? You can think of 4 people you'd like to see, including you. Well, yeah, there's cool people out here. And the redwoods, you guys know that the redwoods only grow in 2 places, here in China. That's it. Here in China. And I hear they're not as big in China. But you can go see the sequoias. They're south at Sequoia Kings Range. They're fatter. They're even bigger. Well, if you all don't call, maybe I will throw on my pictures. I'll go into my pictures and see. I've been through Tennessee many times because we would drive to Florida all the time. And I always knew when we were getting through Kentucky and Tennessee, because the mountains, first of all, you've got mountains in general, but then also the beautiful, beautiful red earth. So pretty. So pretty. I have some friends right now that are flipping a house in Tennessee, and she just did a tour of the house. It was massive and beautiful. It had like 3 fireplaces in it. It's crazy. Wow. So today it downloaded pictures. I can't believe it. I took, what are these pictures of today? Huh. I'll go through some pictures since no one's calling in. Oh, no, I'm going to read Esther. I forgot. Let me read Esther. Because, yeah, the pictures would be a whole nother thing. Y'all don't mind if I read Esther. If you don't like it, you can go to another channel, right? But I've been reading through, today I'm going to read chapter 5. So I was going to do a quick little recap because I looked and there's 10 chapters of Esther. And so we're getting right into the peak of the story where Esther had put on all her, so if none of you've heard of Esther, I'm going to just do a little quick recap. But this book, I haven't really gotten into this one, but this is an apologetics Bible. And it's really cool because it has a lot of good science. And of course, I have an archaeology Bible, and it has a lot of that stuff too. But the redwoods are on your bucket list. Well, let's see. Avila Beach over 30 years ago. I don't know. MS-13 Randy Wild. Oh, wow. Avila Beach must be south, huh, Wayne? You live at the foot of the Great Smoky Mountains. How wonderful. It's good people out there, man. The Midwest is such good people. The Marxists have been at it for years. Yeah, that's part of my California story too. Like, just to wrap up that part before I go into Esther, just to wrap up part 1 of my California Cinderella story, and the BlueOx Millworks is kind of part of it because, I met them in 1990-ish, 1 or so, when we were living at that Victorian. They came out there, and times were so good. Times were good for everybody. Everybody, rent back then, if you were in college, you could get a house with everybody, and you'd all pitch in $200 or $100. I lived at lots of places, or free. If you had no money, somebody would let you live on their couch. I don't know if that's even possible now with the way these snowflakes are. They probably wouldn't even let somebody live on their couch, because I do know a lot of homeless people and people that are just right on the edge. And that's the way it is. It's like, it's ruined everything, even helping people and humanity and stuff. So nowadays, if you want a room in a house as a college student in a 4 or 5 bedroom house, man, I think you're going to pay anywhere from $500 to $700. And some of those will have all things included. If you're paying $700, you're probably, your utilities are included. If you're paying $500, you're going to end up paying $700 by the end of it. So that always tickled you to be called sweetie. Oh, well, out here in California, you can't do that. I'm starting to stop calling girls sweetheart. So I can't help it though. I still do it. I'm like, oh, thank you, sweetheart. and then I'm like, oh, I hope you don't mind. There was this brief period of time where it was like, the femme woman was not okay with that. You couldn't call them anything nice or open the door for them, and so California from 1990, let's go back even further. There used to be all these railroads, and we were connected, and this was the state, right? This is an experimental state for the progressives. So as well as all the other states we've been watching, and I can see it's all starting to, my mind is fully wrapped around how they've done it now. They are incorporated. They get into the seats of office, like your board of supervisor, your city council, your sheriffs, and even your governors. They get in these positions by the corporation. These states that are the most awful on the people are incorporated. They are majority incorporated because we're divided, right? You have we the people in that, but the corporation owns that. Yeah, Travis is here. He's still here? He's under a truck, so I'm entertainment for him. All right, Travis. Well, hopefully you'll like this read, honey. Let me find Esther here. Here I am. I'm in Esther. So the recap is I've read the first 4 chapters. So Esther got put in this queen's position by default, basically, because the first queen, Vashti, did not answer to the king, And I was reading today, it was very interesting. When he asked for her, it was quite a vain thing, and it was implied in the comments that let's see. I kind of wanted to read these comments about it. Where it was. The king commanded his wife to display herself in an inappropriate manner. He wanted his wife to come because he wanted all the men to look at how beautiful she was. And so it was kind of implied that maybe he was going to do some more with her. Who knows? Yeah, I had this is not the one. The other Bible I had the comments that I was going to go through. That's a John Corson Bible. He's up there in Applegate Christian Fellowship. Hi, Monty. How you doing? See you in a little while. Yeah, the Southern charm is great. As long as alpha females, let's see, what does this say? As long as alpha females aren't feminized crazy, I can't stand them. Hi, Eddie Jones. How are you? I can't stand the alpha females. Fem Nazis, right? Yeah, that's it. It's the fem Nazis. I got a lot of them out here. They're horrible. Okay, so the king wanted Esther. She didn't want to come. Wanted Vashti. She didn't want to come. And the main thing was that the king and his advisors were worried that Vashti's disobedience would encourage other wives to disobey their husbands too. So the king issued a command that husbands were to be the masters in their homes. So that's where some of that came. So, and then we read that chapter. So in the meantime, you've got this guy Haman, and he's all aggravated with this guy Mordecai because Mordecai's a Jew, and he is not going to bow down to Haman. And he's plotting to kill every single Jew. He's already put out that decree. That's where we're at. Also, Esther went and put on her royal robes. Mordecai was her uncle, and he raised her. Her name was Hadassah before. That's what I found out. And she was very beautiful. It said in the thing this morning when I read was her beauty was legendary. And so he had always protected her and took care of her. And she was a Jew, but they didn't know she was a Jew. And this was when Jews were exiled out of Persia. And so a lot is said about the book of Esther because it never mentions the name God in it once. But it's speaking of God, and God shows up too. So it's famous for that. Big ones, little ones. Love Amazon. Oh, Forest. Okay. not the company, right? So yesterday I read chapter 4, and Mordecai convinced Esther. He's like, look, you got to talk to the king. You're in this position for such a time as this. If you don't step up and talk to him, every Jew is going to be annihilated. That was what the decree was put out. That in every province, it was put in there, every language. This guy Haman was out for them. He was gunning for the Jews. So this was another time in history where the Jews were persecuted. The Jewish people were persecuted. So now I'm going to read Esther 5, and I'm going to say a little prayer because I always pray before I read the Bible because that's what I was taught to do. So, God, thank you that these people are here with me and are sticking around for this reading. And I pray, Lord, for all the people that are healing, for Shane and for Mike's mom and for Ms. Blue Moon's daughter, for Brenda, for New Jersey girl, for Silver girl. There's a lot of people in our family that are hurt. There's a lot of people around the world that are hurt. And I just pray, God, that you would continue to strengthen the people that are doing righteous work around the world to take down the evil. And I pray that you would deliver us from it, Lord, and help us to understand this word, this story here. It's chapter 5 of Esther. In Jesus' name, amen. How happy are we that Shane is out and home? Shane, we love you so much. Love you so much, Shane. Okay, Esther chapter 5. Or did I read 5? Because it says... no, yeah, I read 5 already because this is her putting on her robes. Sorry about that. We're reading 6, chapter 6. That night, sleep escaped the king, So he ordered the book recording daily events to be brought and read to the king. They found the written report of how Mordecai had informed on Bigthana and Teresh, 2 eunuchs who guarded the king's entrance, when they planned to assassinate King Xerxes. The king inquired, "What honor and special recognition have been given to Mordecai for this act?" The king's personal attendants replied, "Nothing has been done for him." The king asked, "Who's in the court?" Now Haman was just entering the outer court of the palace to ask the king to hang Mordecai on the gallows he had prepared for him. So Haman's all ready. He's like, "That's it. This Jew is gone." The king's attendants answered him, See, Haman is standing in the court. Have him enter," the king ordered. Haman entered, and the king asked him, "What should be done for the man the king wants to honor?" Haman thought to himself, "Who is it that the king would want to honor more than me?" Haman told the king, "For the man the king wants to honor, have them bring a royal garment that the king himself has worn, and a horse the king himself has ridden, which has a royal diadem on its head. Put the garment and the horse under the charge of one of the king's most noble officials. Have them clothe the man the king wants to honor, parade him on the horse through the city square, and proclaim before him, 'This is what is done for the man the king wants to honor.'" The king told Haman, "Hurry and do just as you proposed. Take a garment and horse for Mordecai the Jew, who is sitting at the king's gate. Do not leave out anything you have suggested." So Haman took the garment and the horse. He clothed Mordecai and paraded him through the city square, crying out before him, "This is what is done for the man the king wants to honor." Then Mordecai returned to the king's gate, but Haman, overwhelmed, hurried off home with his head covered. Haman told his wife Zeresh and all his friends everything that had happened. His advisors and his wife Zeresh said to him, "If Mordecai, before whom you have begun to fall, is Jewish, you won't overcome him, because your downfall is certain." While they were still speaking with him, the eunuchs of the king arrived and rushed Haman to the banquet Esther had prepared. So tomorrow, it's chapter 7. And it's pretty cool. But I was learning that this morning, this was taken in 7. Oh my gosh, the date of it. Author, some people think Mordecai wrote this. It's plausible that he was an eyewitness and narrated the events in the book. It had the date. Here it is. Okay, so the first events of the book of Esther took place during the reign of Xerxes 486 through 465 BC. And it was said that there was a decree. I was reading yesterday, and Cyrus the Great invited all the Jews to come back. There was 2 million Jews that had been exiled out, and only 60,000 of them came back. So this was during that part when they were exiled. And so that's where history and the Bible, a lot of this lines up. Cyrus the Great, what was going on in Persia. And so I picked this so that I could debate with my friends, Robert and 300 a little bit, but I don't see them. So I'm just going to keep reading it anyway. And hello, is this almost over? No. No. Do you want to call in? I keep asking people to call in. I've shared all my Humboldt news, and I shared out of Esther and prayed already, and told my Humboldt people, August it's 20:45, so it's going to be about time to get off. I think this is a good time, isn't it? Like 2 to 5 is quite the wide open time when Jeff Riddle gets off. I think Monty told me that too, but I thought Monty might get on sometimes during this time, and I think he does. Believe in God and Jesus. Yes. Amen. Bless you all. Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. And a lot of people, that's where they get frustrated with Christians. And I understand that. I used to feel that way too. So, and it's hard because right now we really need to get united. And no, you would not in a good mood. Honey, I'm sorry. I'll call you. We'll talk. Unless you don't want to talk to me either, because sometimes I'm pretty snarly and I know better and I don't talk to people either. But sometimes it does your heart good to talk, doesn't it? You like this time too? Yeah, I've jumped on before. I had wanted to do when the 21 days of prayer thing came out. I was like, ooh, 4:00. I should do, the prayer time then, and I still may. It just didn't work out that I couldn't commit to it. And because once I tell somebody, I started streaming, I don't know, it's been 3 or 4 months now, and there was only one day I missed before last week, and I missed 2 days last week, and I felt really bad because I don't ghost out like that on once I stream. Hi, Chuck. See, you didn't expect to see me. Pleases me to say that. I know. Well, it's another little secret. If you get on before Liberty's show, you are going to get found, especially right before, like in that 10-minute time. And I like watching the videos too. There's a new one now with that Coming Home song. I got that on oh no, it's not on Stand Up Humboldt. I should put Ken's music on Stand Up Humboldt's page too. Man, I'm starving right now. I need to eat some food. Sarah came up and we didn't get to stream together. Excuse me. We didn't get to do what we had planned to do. We got sidetracked in some other stuff, but she is really excited about what's going on. And I'm really excited to be working with Donnie. We have a group, our Humboldt Health and Freedom group here is going to be a nonprofit, and I'm going to have a business, and we're going to link, and he has on his page, and I shared it yesterday, but he has on his page, if you've lost your job because of the vid, right? And so his idea was we'll link our pages together and people can either donate to the people that need help or they can buy items from my store. And some of those things will, I fully intend to donate some of the proceeds after the cost of making the stuff is covered, to help in that way too. So we're really excited to start moving forward with more ways of helping you guys, helping people. Medicine is just the beginning, getting these wellness kits. If you guys don't know, I'm going to drop my link in here, but hi, sweetie. Do you need to go out? My dog needs to go out, and the show's about to begin, so it's probably a good time to get off anyway. I'm going to drop my email. If anyone is interested in getting a complimentary wellness kit, these are doTERRA products. We're giving away Deep Blue, which is for pain, Digest Zen, which is for digestion and stomach, On Guard, which is an immunity builder, which we all should be doing right now, and Breathe, which is for respiratory and is also very important. And it's this time of year, right? We're in fall, it's coming into winter. It's the best thing I could think of to try to help people right now to, I wanted to get one to 300 warriors, and I need your address, buddy. I need your address. I want to send you a care package. I talked to another person today that used to be around a lot in the morning. What are you eating? My picture? Dog? This is the Rose Room. Another product I also give with that kit, you guys, is a homemade salve that I make. And there's lots of different kinds of salve. We can make custom salves. We can make custom oils. And if you don't have your health, right, you don't have anything. Right? I don't want to say that's so stupid, but your health is everything, right? It's not like you don't have anything if you don't have your health. Hi, Shepherd. How are you? But your health is so, so important. And these little things can really, yes, ignore the lies, take care of yourselves. Bye, Wayne. Thanks for popping in. These little oils can really help a lot. So don't be afraid. Oh, I dropped my email, but you got it. Well, you could take that down. Yeah. There's my email, you guys. Email me if you'd like one of those kits. Sarah and I enjoy putting them out. We enjoy knowing that we're sharing wellness and health and turning people on. And we're not selling anything. We're not trying to make money with it. If people want it, hey, if you have friends that are into doTERRA and you like these oils, by all means, go support your friends. If you have someone that's in your family, we just want you to learn about them and use them, because right now there's a lot of unhealthy, sick people around the world. And so the more we all can do this, share health and wellness, right, the better off we'll all be, because we want to be healthy, right? All right, I'm going to go, and Wayne, drop me your email. We'll send you a little something, something, and care packages are fun. The friend I talked to today earlier, I haven't talked to in a few months. They used to be on the show when I first started streaming way back in the day, and they are destitute. They are destitute. There are a lot of people like that are they're on the edge. They don't have any money. They don't have any food. They don't have a place to live. They're lucky they got a car. So, and God says, do not turn your eyes from the poor, right? Do not do that. So, I'm doing what I think I know could help, and what I can, and I know you guys are all doing different things, and everybody's going over to Mike's show right now. So that's so cool. I love y'all. I'll see you later. Peace out, Humboldt. And I may be back on tonight after, well, Travis will be on. I usually hang out in his show, but Sarah and I do want to start an evening stream, you guys. Sometimes I know some people are leaving, they don't like to hang out, but I just don't think I could go on when Liberty's on, or Travis. I feel like, but you never know. If we need to do an emergency show for something, ladies show, tomorrow's ladies night. So yep, that video will be on in a minute. Hi, Jeff. How are you? I caught the end of your show today. And everybody seems so anxious, and I feel bad. I know your wife would like my comment. Somebody said to Jeff, I will follow you anywhere. And I was like, girl, you can follow him anywhere, but his wife will be there too. And she was like, well, my husband will be there too. And so hopefully, I know Jeff didn't get upset with me, because I know if you told that to your wife would be like, right, Jeff? Because I'm always defending the ladies. I'm always defending the married men, the married ladies, and I didn't know. She was just kidding. She was just because I don't know what you were probably saying. Yeah, I'm running for whatever, maybe you were saying something like that. And so I know you wouldn't be offended, but I did think about it later. I'm like, oh, hopefully that didn't upset anybody. Yeah, you'll follow him too. And I would tell you too, Tara, he's married. All right. I love you guys. We'll see you over in Liberties. Bye. Thanks for stopping by. You're all the funnest people. You're the funnest people out there.